It's kind of, I think the biggest learning curve for me was the peak week. So just having someone to walk me through that last peak week before, like when you're starting out, because obviously you can have all
don't get me going on peak weeks. I even hate that name because, and I've been saying it for years and years. I'd always hate it when someone goes peak week. I'm like, because all my photo shoots that you'd see in the magazines that I used to do, they were probably 2 weeks before the contest. Because I always got ready early. And generally, we've seen it. You've seen it. These guys post these pictures 3 weeks out. You're like, he's going to win. He's going to fucking win. Yeah. You know, come the day of the show, you're like,
that is fuck. Yeah.
What the fuck did he do wrong? And it's generally that last week. And I've told people all the time, let's think, say you're doing a 16-week diet. So from week 1 to week 15, you're eating roughly the same food every day. You're training at the same time every day. You're doing cardio. So everything's going good. And as you're losing your body fat, you're getting fuller still because you're eating food. Week 15, people post their photos online, full as a house, veins everywhere, cross styrations, because they've been eating, training, sleeping. Now, week 16, leading up to this weekend of the show, they cut out their cardio. They suddenly add diuretics. They change their food around. Yeah. They stop training a few days out. Now, you got to understand, for 15 weeks, your body's been at this machine, eating the same time, training the same time. This last week, you go and fucking throw everything out the window, of course your body's going to react different. That's why I tell people, if you're in shape, all you really have to do is watch your fluid slowly, maybe cut your fluid down, but don't get rid of it altogether or you'll flatten out, and just tan up and pump up. But these people, like I said, they'll go from eating 200 grams of carbs this last week. We're going to 1,000 now, so the body's going to go, oh, fuck. And then they'll be having certain different drugs they start pumping in. So I always, call peak week more like a hocus pocus. It's like hit and miss. And I've seen so many guys in great shape that last week fuck it up. I'm like, why do you do that? It's just, I think in their mind, they think, yeah, I'm looking good now. If I just do this little bit extra, I'm going to be that much better. And half the time it goes the opposite way. So you always hear it. Should have seen me a week ago, or you should have seen me a couple of days after the show. I'm like, well, it's too late then, isn't it? So don't do peak week, people. Just, if you're looking good a week or two before, just cruise on in. I train up and do it a day before the show still. I might go light on I'll go light on the machines, but just to keep the blood moving. Yeah, right. I might even have 50 pounds, but it just really squeeze, almost like you're posing. Yeah. Because like I said, your body's used to doing something. I said that last week, I know people that won't train the whole week, or they won't do cardio and change the foods. And like you said, your body's been this fine-tuned machine for 15 weeks. Of course, if that last week you go and totally change everything, your body's going to react.
Yeah. So you wouldn't go to failure in those last couple of weeks, would you?
Nah, I just like get a good, as long as you get a nice little pump and a burn, that's it. Yeah. I don't go crazy heavy that last week too, because people are like, oh, we got to, you don't want to get injured that last week before a show. And even when it came to gear, I'd cut that out 2 weeks before. Yeah. I know people to take it up and do it a day. I'm like, you're not going to lose any muscle. And these are half the idiots you see go on stage with the lumps in their shoulders or in their glutes. It's like, why would you have a shot of test the day before the show and now it's swollen up? It could be inflamed, so now you smooth the muscle over. It's like, if you had a shot a week or two before, it's still going to be in your system. You're not going to lose size. So people just do stupid shit.
Yeah, that lipohypertrophy from the needle, where you get like the fat, the hard deposits on the skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that in a lot of those photos.
But sometimes I've got a couple of friends that have scar tissue in their shoulders from when they're off season. You can't notice it. When they diet down, they have this real pointy lump sticking out. And like I said, when you got no body fat and shit, it stands out a lot. It looks like they just had a shot that day, even though it's just scar tissue built up there. Or, like I said, people that would just inject somewhere. Like I said, back in the day, Winstrol being water-based, you'd always get the big inflammation and red. So you could have all lines in your delts from cross styrations. Yeah. You have a shot a day before, then it just inflames, get a little bit infected. Now you just got this round, puffy shoulder. It just looks crap. So, yeah, people do a lot of crazy stuff that last week where I just don't understand.